The current FIFA World Cup is being hosted by three countries: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Why is the Football World Cup being hosted by multiple countries instead of just one? The FIFA World Cup is one of the biggest sporting events in the world. But have you noticed something? In the past, the World Cup was usually hosted by a single country. Now, however, multiple countries are joined together to host the tournament. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will be hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The 2030 FIFA World Cup will mainly be hosted by Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. So, why has the change happened? Let's take a closer look. First, let's go back to the early World Cups. The very first FIFA World Cup was held in Uruguay in 1930. At the time, only 13 teams participated. For many decades afterwards, the tournament was hosted by a single country. For example, Mexico hosted in 1970, France hosted in 1998. In fact, almost every World Cup before 2002 was organized by just one nation. The reason was simple: the tournaments were much smaller. A major change came in 2002. For the first time in history, the World Cup was co hosted by Japan and South Korea. Many people were skeptical at the time. However, the tournament was successfully completed. After that, FIFA realized something important. The World Cup was becoming bigger and bigger. More teams, more fans, more matches, more stadiums. Managing all of this alone was becoming increasingly expensive for a single country. Now let's look at the biggest reason. Starting from 2026, the FIFA World Cup will feature 48 teams instead of 32. As the number of teams increased, the number of matches also rose dramatically. The tournament will now include 104 matches. Hosting so many games requires more stadiums, more training facilities, larger airports, more hotels, better transportation networks. Many countries simply cannot manage all of this on their own. That is why FIFA is increasingly favoring the co hosting model. There are also significant financial benefits. When matches are held across multiple countries, more fans can attend, ticket sales increase, tourism grows, broadcasting rights become more valuable, sponsorship revenue rise. As a result, both FIFA and the host nations can generate greater revenue. Let's look at the 2026 World Cup. The United States, Canada, and Mexico will jointly host the tournament. More than 16 cities across the three countries will host matches. It is expected to be the largest World Cup in history. The 2030 World Cup is also historic. The main host will be Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. In addition, as a part of the tournament 100th anniversary celebrations, several opening matches will take place in South America. This will make it is the first World Cup in history to be held across three continents. So, what does the future look like? Experts believe that as World Cups continue to grow in size, co-hosting will be the standard model. Smaller countries will have a better chance to participate as host. At the same time, fans will be able to experience the World Cup across multiple nations. To conclude, the shift from single country hosting to multi country hosting is just a sporting decision. It is the result of economic, technical, infrastructure, and global market considerations. In the era of the 48 teams World Cup, co hosting is likely to become dominant model for future tournaments. What do you think? Is it better for one country to host the World Cup alone, or is it better when multiple countries host it together?